Today, the Big Apple gets introduced to the Big Country. Madison Bumgarner takes him on with one of the best road ERAs in the majors. The Giants ace looks to get San Francisco back on track in Game 3 of the series. Giants-Mets coming up next. This series continues. We're coming to you from Citi Field as we get ready for Game 3 of this 4-game series, Giants and Mets. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. As always, alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, each team has won a game in this series, and in order for the Giants to win this series, they've got to win today. And they'll hand the ball to a guy that's pitched great on the road, and that's Madison Bumgarner.
Well, Keith Hernandez, who is a former National League Most Valuable Player, is a broadcaster with the Mets, and he says, I always hated to face a great pitcher after a bad outing. And Bumgarner's last outing in San Francisco, not a good one. We expect him to pitch well, and the numbers back it up on the road. 8-2 with a 1.75 ERA, and in the 9 starts, the Giants have won 9 games that he has pitched in on the road. So you expect him to do well. It does figure to be all about pitching again today. Bartolo Colon, the 10-game winner with the Mets, sitting on 199 career wins, so he's highly motivated. It looks like it's going to be a low-scoring game.
And back at second base is the kid, Matt Duffy. All right, pretty good matchup, Bumgarner and Bartolo Colon. Stay tuned. We'll take you to our Comcast Sportsnet studios for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
Net Bay area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Head to Jack in the Box for the new Jalapeno Ranch or Barbecue Ultimate Cheeseburgers at participating restaurants. And by Toyota, #1 in MPG, durability and resale value. Toyota, let's go places.
Mets have taken the field here at Citi Field as we get ready for baseball. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. 74 degrees here at the yard. Winds are calm. Humidity at 77%. And it is mostly overcast. Let's take a look at the Giants lineup. It'll be Pence, Matt Duffy, and then Buster Posey. Pablo Sandoval. You can see what he's done over his last 20 games. He's a hot hitter right now. Belt moves up a spot. He's hitting in the 5th spot. Then it's Morris, Blanco, and Crawford. And Madison Bumgarner is hitting 9th.
On the hill today for the New York Mets will be the veteran right-hander Bartolo Colon, 41 years old, in his 16th year at the big league level. 5'11", 285-pounder, making start number 22. He's 10-8 with a 3.88 ERA. 5-to-1 strikeout walk ratio, and you take your bats against the guy, you're going to see a low 90s fastball. He will two-seam, he will four-seam, he will have impeccable command to the corner. He also has a nice tight little slider and a changeup, and what always has made him tough to hit is a very deceptive short arm release. Very high short arm release. But again, you get back to the one thing that really, he is so consistent with his command. He really has tremendous corner control with all of his pitches.
So here's Pence. Pence steps in and chases the first pitch. So we get started right on time. Pence hitting 286. And a little pop-up. And it's right at the first baseman, Campbell. And that's how this game gets started.
Let's take a look at the Mets defense. Starting in the outfield from left to right will be Young, Lagares, and Granderson. Tejada and right on the left side of the infield. Flores and Campbell on the right side. Anthony Record will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Matt Duffy, who made his major league debut on Friday and went 1 for 3, or make that 1 for 4. He also picked up an RBI on that one hit. Home plate umpire is DJ Rayburn, Ben May, Jeff Kellogg, Brian Honora from first to third.
Rayburn's a low ball umpire, and he can be very, very tight. And with 2 strikes, he even tightens up a little more. Doesn't like to ring guys up. Good hitters umpire.
So Duffy a little behind on the 88-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1 ball and 1 strike with Buster Posey on deck. And a call strike to make it 1 and 2.
One thing about Colon, that little short arm release gets on you quick, and a 90-mile-an-hour fastball seems a lot faster when you're in that batter's box.
And Duffy out swinging. 2 down.
Time now for our Nissan keys to the game, and you have to have a plan with Colon. He's not going to give you a lot of mistakes to location. If you're going to sit away, stay away. If you're going to look in, look in. Do not try and outguess him, but you have to have a plan and be disciplined. And Madison Bumgarner's last outing never really found the rhythm. That'll be a key for him to find that slot, the arm slot early. That will establish a rhythm. And those are our Nissan keys to the game.
And here's Buster Posey, who takes wide. Buster in this series, 2 for 8. He's only faced Colon 4 times. He's 1 for 4. Pence and Crawford in minimal at bats do have a little bit of ownage. And a late call strike to make it 2 and 1.
Take a look at the pitch selection that he has. A lot of fastballs. And that has always been his forte, and the fact that he can spot it on all four corners of the strike zone. If he's not throwing a fastball, it's usually the slider, and then occasionally he'll show you the changeup. But he's got great command of everything.
And Buster Posey rolls it into right field for a base hit. And that'll bring up Sandoval. Sandoval 2 for 8 in the series. Got the first hit in the game for the Giants last night as he picked up a base hit in the 7th inning. Pretty interesting game last night. 2 starters, no hitters going into the 7th. I'm not sure I've ever seen that before.
Well, I haven't, especially one of them even a perfect game, Jake Peavy.
Sandoval takes high. He's at 277. 12 home runs, 45 driven in. He banged his knee up against that sidewall over by the third base bag. He did that late in the game last night. And a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. He looked like he took a good piece of chunk out of that knee. But in there today, as you would expect, hitting cleanup. Pops this one left side. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Chris Young who makes the play, and that'll end the inning. No run, a hit, 1 left. It's Bumgarner coming out, and the Mets are coming up. And let's take a look at the Mets lineup. It'll go like this. Curtis Granderson in the leadoff spot, then Tejada and David Wright. And his numbers against left-handers are very good. Eric Campbell will be the cleanup hitter. Then it's Young, Lagares, and Flores. Anthony Recker will hit 8th. And Bartolo Colon will pitch and bat 9th.
On the hill today for the Giants will be Madison Bumgarner, the 24-year-old left-hander, making his 24th start of the season. 2-time All-Star. 23 starts, 12-8 with a 3.41 ERA. 8 of those wins have been on the road, where he has been fantastic. 143 strikeouts against 36 walks, 145 innings. Lifetime against the Mets, he's never lost to him. In 3 starts, 2-0 with a 1.80 ERA. When he's right, you're going to see a low three-quarter release. Fastball that's low 90s with a nice natural cut that'll run away from a lefty into a righty. Got a hard slider, a curveball, and a changeup. And let's check out Bumgarner's defense today. Starting in the outfield from left to right, it'll be Morris, Blanco, and Pence, the best arm in right field. Crawford and Sandoval on the left side of the infield. Duffy and Bell on the right side. And Buster Posey will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Granderson. Granderson 0 for 7 in the series. He does have a walk. Right off the bat, Bumgarner. Right off the bat, Bumgarner unhappy.
Well, it's a tight zone, and you have to know that about DJ Rayburn going in. There's going to be some calls that you think should be called a strike. You don't get it. It does upset your rhythm a little bit.
Well, you got to get over it fast.
Yeah, you can't dwell. You get mad, get over it.
It's not likely they're going to change umpires. Granderson jumping on a 2-0 fastball pulls it foul.
That's amazing. Big leaguers, boy, when they're looking for a fastball and you give it to them, they're usually going to be on it.
Two and two. Tejada and then David Wright. And Granderson started to go, but held up. It's now a full count.
That's a good breaking ball, though. Better breaking ball than he had his last start. Never really had the snap on either the slider or the curveball in his last outing in San Francisco against Pittsburgh. And in that game, Bumgarner only went 4 innings, one of the shortest outings of the year.
And another foul down the right field line. Sandoval off the line at third. And the walk.
Time now for our AT&T U-verse Rewind. We go back to September of last year. The Giants taking on the Mets here at Citi Field. And Madison Bumgarner was masterful. 7 strong innings, 4 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 10 strikeouts against 3 walks. He would walk out of here a winner.
Now he'll face Tejada out of the stretch with a base stealer at first. David Wright to follow. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
Bumgarner's got to be careful. He was very close to not stopping as he brought his hands together. It's a crew, though, that will give you a warning normally.
Tejada fouls it back. It's 0-2. Tejada started on Friday and went 0 for 3. It was Wilmer Flores who played at shortstop in the game last night. And a little pop-up into the seats. Mets are 3 games over 500 at home, 28 and 25. They're under 500 against the National League West, where they're 10 and 14. But they're playing much better baseball than they were, and the Giants saw them in May. Got him. And that'll bring up David Wright.
Comes in on the outside corner of that low 3/4 release, just sort of cuts it right into the glove of Posey. And Tejada, a victim. Grab some pine meat.
Here's David Wright. 1 for 6 in the series. The 1 hit came in that 7th inning against Peavy last night. And he fouls the first pitch back, and it's 0-1. Wright, in his 6 at-bats lifetime, has 1 hit against Bumgarner. And Wright rolls the next one foul right at Ron Wotus.
Nice play.
Well, part of your job as the bench coach is to protect the manager from getting hit.
Well, he did that very thing with a one-handed snag. Yeah. That was impressive.
And this one's to Sandoval. Sandoval to Duffy. Duffy to Belt. And that'll end the inning. Second inning coming up. Belt, Morris, Blanco.
Brought to you by Big O Tires. Tires, service, straight talk. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
No score here in Queens, and Brandon Belt will lead things off. Belt coming back yesterday after a 2-week battle with a concussion, and boy did he come back strong. 2 for 3. All of his at-bats were good. He lifts this one down the left field line. Young moving over, and this will drift into the seats. I love really nice clean double plays, and this is one right here.
Well, one-hop bullet right to Sandoval, who throws off the right foot. A perfect strike over to Duffy, who turns it. Yeah, I like him too. And I think I can speak for Madison Bumgarner and anybody else who's ever towed the rubber. 1 pitch, 2 outs. Oh, yeah. And the Duffy family thinking, yeah, he passed another test. He didn't screw it up. That's my boy.
Foul back, and it's 1-2. I have said this many times. The only person in the stands that does not watch the back end of a double play, the throw to first, is the mom or the dad.
You're right. They're watching second base to see if their second baseman's son is in one piece.
Fouled off of record.
All right, so rate the turn, partner. You're
well,
on
this
second
is a
base.
different turn than he made on Friday night. He straddles the bag this time. And with a strong arm, you can turn it just about any way you want. And I think he felt like he had a lot of time on that one, so he could take his time.
You're going to see that a lot with Colon and the left-handed hitters in the Giants lineup today. He will go front door with a two-strike situation. He'll bring that thing inside and let the booba come out across the plate. And Brandon Belt, I'm sure, thought this one was up. He thought it was in. And it turns out to be a big league hang with him. Strikeout number 2 for Colon.
I think, watching DJ Rayburn, I think he enjoys it a little bit.
He did that particular time, no doubt.
What did he bring up? He got Tejada in the first, and that was the one that kind of got me to notice a little bit. There's DJ.
If you were an umpire, I got to believe you'd come up with a ring him up that was fun.
Depends upon if I like the guy or not.
That's true.
Morris out of play.
So if you like the guy, it'd be kind of small. And,
right.
But if you didn't like him.
Oh, I'd be doing jumping jacks, karaoke's.
Moonwalk?
Yep, absolutely.
Perfect. Leslie Nielsen, the Naked Gun?
Yep, absolutely.
Perfect.
Moore's 2 for 6 in his career against Cologne. He's 1 for 8 in the series. Gregor Blanco on deck. 0-2 to 3-2.
It's a tight little slider. You just don't see Colon make many mistakes out over the plate. And he's always been a dart thrower. When he first got to the big leagues, though, he was throwing mid to high 90s with that type of command.
Popped out to Granderson in right field. And Granderson will make the catch.
Well, Tuesday, August 12th is Jerry Garcia Tribute Night presented by McAfee. Your special event package includes a limited edition Jerry Garcia Giants themed t-shirt and a game ticket to see the Giants take on the White Sox. A portion of proceeds from every special event ticket benefit the Rex Foundation. Reminder, to receive a Jerry Garcia Tribute Night t-shirt, you need to purchase a special event ticket. Go to sfgiants.com/special events.
Here's Blanco hitting .241.
I do want one of those t-shirts.
We'll get one. Blanco takes down low.
Smile.
Blanco did not get in the game last night. He did go for 4 on Friday.
Giants fans lead the league in fun. I'm sorry.
And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
I always talk about the many different outfits we see at AT&T. Sets Giants fans apart from other fans. Well, they take it on the road.
Blanco, center field. Little something behind it. Lagares is going to make the catch. And that'll end the inning. It'll be Eric Campbell to lead things off.
Prism. Now your team can collaborate at a whole new level with video walls from Prism. Learn how at prism.com.
No score as we head to the Mets half of the second inning. Bumgarner with the help of a double play. A nice first inning.
There's a newbie.
Mom's got her hands full.
Perhaps her first game. Welcome.
Actually, that's Grandma, I do believe.
Yeah.
So here's Campbell hitting .328. And he takes a strike. No Lucas Duda today, a day off against Bumgarner. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Good.
Duda. Mr. 20 home run Duda. How about that?
Yeah, first time he's ever done that in his career. He's having a nice season.
And on 3 pitches, Campbell takes a hike. Here's our Geico quote. It comes from the starting pitcher last night, Jacob deGrom, on the Mets starting pitchers. It's going to be unreal when we get Matt Harvey back. I think we're going to have a great staff. They're going to have a pretty good staff. He's right.
No doubt. Zach Wheeler, deGrom. Cologne's going to come back another year. Dylan G, a lot of good young arms, and then Cologne.
Coming in is Morris, and he'll make the catch off the bat of Chris Young. And that'll bring to the plate Juan Lagares.
See the numbers for Jacob deGrom last night. 7 1/3. He took a no-hitter into the 7th inning. Wound up giving up a couple in 7 1/3. 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. But really an impressive night for the youngster. He's now won 5 in a row. And really exceptional stuff and exceptional command last night.
And Lagares takes high. He's at 279, 2 home runs, 29 RBIs. He's 2 for 6 in the series. Foul back. It's 1-2.
Nice corner command, inside out, hard stuff, goes soft away. The breaking ball today is so much better for Bumgarner than it was in his last start in San Francisco. It's night and day different. Good snap on his deuce today.
It'll be Brandon Belt saying, "I got this one," and he does. And a quick inning for Bumgarner. Crawford, Bumgarner, Pence coming up.
Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Mendocino Redwood, available exclusively at the Home Depot.
0-0, third inning. Giants have the only hit in this game. That was a single off the bat of Buster Posey. Here's Crawford. Crawford tries to lay down a bunt. Not a bad idea. There's Ron Wotus talking to Duffy, Matt Duffy. And, who knows? It could be about double play. It could be about positioning against certain hitters.
One thing that happens at the big league level is if something needs to be said, they don't wait till after the game. They address it immediately.
Crawford, a little ownage on Colon, 3 for 5. That's a little ownage. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Crawford in the win on Friday night went 3 for 4. And he skies this one behind home plate, not a play. And then hitting second last night, he took an 0 for 4. So the 2-2 pitch, here it is to Brandon Crawford, and Crawford pulls it on the ground foul. We've actually caught a break in this series. I know there's been rain in the area, but and then last night you and I were watching the Dodger game, and what did we see?
Rain in Los Angeles.
It's August. Come on.
And it rained a long time. They played in it, but the infield was very wet. Don't expect that in Los Angeles.
Ooh, it's 3-2, and my suggestion to Brandon Crawford is just don't take that one again.
No, again, the front door sinker, little two-seamer that comes right back and just barely misses. In fact, I don't think he did miss. He just didn't get it.
I agree. Crawford fights this one off, and you'll see another pitch.
That front door sinker has been a tool and a weapon for Bartolo Colon against lefties forever. Just a great pitch. Not a tall guy, 5'11".
Crawford shoots one into right field. He's got a base hit.
Well, you can own a piece of Candlestick Park. The historic seats from the former home of the Giants and the Niners are on sale for $749 a pair. And for a limited time, fans can also purchase seats autographed by Candlestick Park legends like Mays in Montana, Mays and McCovey, Montana and Dwight Clark, McCovey and Will Clark. You can get all the information. Go to sfgiants.com/Candlestick Memories. I'm getting one.
Did you order yours?
I'm getting one.
One?
Well, 2. You got to have 2.
Absolutely. Here's Bumgarner. He's 12 for 47. Swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, late movement kind of fooled him a little bit.
Hunter Pence on deck. We're in the 3rd. Colon looking into Anthony Recker, but instead he flips one over to first. Crawford really not a threat to steal. He's got 3 steals. He's been thrown out 3 times. And Bumgarner lays down a good bunt. And Cologne knows the deal. He doesn't even look to second. It's amazing. You play a long time. You have this time clock in your head. You know if you got a play or not. He didn't even look.
Well, he's been around a long time. Needs one more win to get 200. And that is a milestone. Not many guys can say that they've had 200 victories at the big league level. And he needs one to be able to put himself in that club.
Pence popped out to the first baseman Campbell to open up the ball game. He does have a home run against Cologne lifetime. And he looks at a curveball for a strike. Three for 6 in his career against Cologne. One ball and 1 strike to Pence. And it's low. 2 balls and a strike.
Stand next to Cologne. As I mentioned, he's not a tall guy. He's broad shouldered. He's a 285 pounder, but his arms are very short. And because of that, his throwing circle is very small. An easy stroke to repeat, and he's been doing it for a long time. But a very deceptive short arm release that gets on you so quick.
Pence hammers one to left. It's going to sail over the head of Chris Young. And then it kicks all the way back. And what are they going to say? They're going to say it is out of here. And the Giants lead 2-0.
I was wondering how you were going to do that. Nailed it.
So Pence with his 14th of the year.
That was a 1-iron.
That got out pretty quick.
And they don't even make 1-irons anymore. Right over the orange line, and that's all it's got to do. Hit the protective fence up there in front of the party deck.
So here's Duffy. And Duffy takes wide. So the second career home run.
That was loud.
For Pence off of Cologne. And Duffy drives one to center field, and Lagares is going to put it away.
Take a look at the swing from Hunter Pence. How flat. And that creates an easy path to the backspin. Catches the bottom half of the ball, and that's when you get carry. But it's unusual to get carry on a line drive that low. Sometimes you hit line drives and they'll have topspin or they'll knuckle. That thing just kept going. Beautiful.
Here's Posey. Buster with a base hit in the first inning. A lot of Giants fans here today. See that orange?
See, that's the best part about coming to New York, Baltimore, Detroit,
Miami,
Houston. It just seems like there's a lot of Giants fans in there. Lots of orange.
Yeah. Giants fans all over the place.
That's what we're going with.
And a strike to Buster Posey. It's 1-2. Down low. for Bartolo Colon. That is the 15th home run that he's allowed. That's the most on this Mets staff. But you get a strike thrower, you're going to give up some home runs. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. And it's wide. It's 3-2. Day game tomorrow. Maybe Buster gets a day off. And he got him. Hunter Pence, his 14th of the year, gets out in a hurry, and it's bye-bye baby. 2-0 Giants.
Flag that has flown over Citi Field. Geico salutes our veteran of the game.
Win a Coors Light Refresherator every time the Giants hit a home run at AT&T Park. Text REFRESH to 49375.
2-0 Giants on the Pence home run. So Bumgarner now pitches with the lead. It'll be Flores, Wrecker, and Colon. And right now throwing strikes is Madison Bumgarner.
That's how you take advantage of a lead.
Morris back, and it's off the wall. And Flores has a leadoff double. So I think he got this a little bit better than I thought.
Over the head of Michael Morris. So the Mets coming right back. With a leadoff double. They immediately put Bumgarner in the stretch.
So here's Wrecker. He has not faced Bumgarner before. You can see his numbers against lefties. But he's a big, strong kid. He can make a mistake. He can tie the game up quickly.
Oh, you bet. He does have good power.
By the way, that hit by Flores is the first hit in this game for the Mets. Bit more drama last night when it came to first hits.
Well, both hits for both teams came in the 7th inning off their respective opponents.
Jacob DeGrom, Jake Peavy were brilliant.
Way outside. Bumgarner in the stretch now for the third time.
There's Jake Peavy. His camo sunglasses. The line last night, retired the first 19 batters that he faced.
Well, he's got enough starts to salvage this season for him.
Yeah, I mean, he could get as many as 10. Giants have 51 games remaining after today.
Crawford's got the line drive. That's how you hit under 150 against lefties.
Yeah, hit a lot of atom balls. Good at bat, and he got nothing to show for it.
Here's Bartolo Colon. Colon to the swing and a miss.
I mean, he's got 2 hits on the year. That's not a bad swing, though. You look at his numbers, you think, well, he's not much of a factor, but he moves the bat.
Yeah, it's getting better. It's 0-2.
No, I think it's getting worse.
Yeah, you can't really say anything until you actually get the guy out, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now that was bad.
That was ugly.
Two for 42. Every once in a while you'll run into a pitcher where it's hard to argue against the designated hitter. Every once in a while.
Well, that was a pretty good argument for the designated hitter. And he might make it for you.
Here's Granderson. Granderson lines it foul. It's the third line drive he's hit foul already in this game.
And he's hit them all good, too. I mean, they got up his bat a little bit, but still. He's definitely seeing it out of Bumgarner's hand. He's making that kind of contact.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
Posey wants that high fastball. I think they have a little window of opportunity up above the belt.
Foul back. Here's the 0-2, and it's wide to Granderson with Wilmer Flores at second. He led the inning off with a double. 2-0 Giants. If you just joined us, Hunter Pence in the top of this inning hit a 2-run home run. And this is out, and catching it is Duffy in shallow right field, and the shift works. How about that? 2-0 Giants. took out her forward right choice. See where Duffy's playing in shallow right field, and tell you what, the kid's long and rangy. He's 6'2", and he just made that look pretty easy. And that's her forward right choice.
Yeah, as you said, the shift worked.
Here's Sandoval. Sandoval popped out in the first inning. Here he shoots one out to right field, but standing there is Granderson. One pitch and one out. And that'll bring up Belt.
Kind of thought for about the last 2.5 weeks, Giants were in kind of a defensive slump with the shifts that they had been putting on. For the most part this year, the dramatic shifts have really paid off. And they're starting to pay off again.
Here's Belt. Belt struck out on a pitch that came right back over the inside corner in the second. Yeah, he hit a ball very hard last night that Lagares tracked down.
This really was a fantastic defensive play from that center fielder. He made a couple of them. And he could cover some ground. 4 at bats for Belt last night, and every one of them was a good at bat.
Here he fouls it back, and he finds himself in the hole. 0-2. High to Belt. Michael Morris on deck. 2-0 Giants here in the fourth. Giants won on Friday 5-1 behind Ryan Vogelsong. And then Jake Peavy, a tough loser in the game last night. Belt stays alive. Day game tomorrow, and then the road trip will continue in Milwaukee. Tim Hudson tomorrow against Dylan G. And that's pulled foul. Well, like Amy G should be here if Dylan G's pitching, don't you think?
I think so. They're related, aren't they? Kind of?
No.
Well, it sounds like they should be.
And tomorrow. You see those two guys talking? You think they've made a few starts?
Yes, they have.
Belt hits a high fly ball down the right field line. Granderson on the move, and it is out of here. How about Brandon Belt? It's a solo shot, and it's 3-0.
I miss that guy.
I do too.
Let's take a look at it. Remember, he got struck out on a front door sinker in his last at bat here. He just let Bartolo Colon know, don't come in there again. High fly ball right down the line. Out of here.
Almost hit our camera guy. Look out, look out.
Number 11 for Belt. I like it for the simple reason is that's the same pitch he struck out looking on it his last at bat.
Yep.
So he was thinking about it, and that came with 2 strikes.
Morris popped out to right field. Here he shoots one on the ground, and diving is Flores, and throwing is Flores, and Morris is retired, and a nice play.
Well, nice at bat, nice play. That's the big leagues. Do everything right as a hitter, and it still can be a big league hang with him.
Plus, as a hitter, you get to watch it. And that's no fun watching right there.
Yeah, run it down the first base line, play right in front of you. You get a pretty good look. So Wilmer Flores shined defensively on that effort.
I got a hit. I got a hit. I don't get it. Blanco hit the ball well into center field. It was tracked down by Lagares in the second. And a strike. Blanco coming into the game hitting .241, now at .240. Blanco pops this one out of play. On deck is Brandon Crawford. The Giants fans are trying to outdo Mets fans. Ooh.
That's 2 times on Gregor Blanco that Colon is throwing that front door sinker that did not get called. Both of them were low. And that is right there.
You're saying that's a strike?
Yeah. And I said Raybird's a guy that his zone will tighten up with 2 strikes.
Hey, group, what's up?
In a bit.
Two pitch. Got him anyway to end the inning. Belt gets his 11th. And it's right down the right field line, and it's bye-bye baby. Giants 3. That's nothing.
By authority of the San Francisco Giants. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
Yeah, the next homestand, the Phillies will be in town. It'll be a weekend series. The 15th is a 7:15 Orange Friday. The Saturday game, a 105 start, and the first 40,000 fans are going to receive Virgin America flight vouchers. And then on Sunday, a 105 start. The first 20,000 fans are going to receive Giants trading cards presented by Coca-Cola. sfgiants.com/tickets. Here's Tejada. Tejada takes a called strike. Tejada struck out looking in the first inning. 3-0 Giants. Tejada bounces this one to Sandoval, and the Panda takes his time. Time to log on to csnbayarea.com and decide the player of the game. Winner will be revealed during Giants postgame live. Check out the enhanced Bloomberg stats and much, much more. Giants in-game live on csnbayarea.com. Log on and vote. Here's David Wright. Checked out the Chronicle this morning. I'm sure you did too, online. And Henry Schulman had a lot of different things written about what happened last night and some of the goings on with the Giants. And he had a little note on Angel Pagan. As here's the pitch to Wright. And he quoted Bruce Bochy as saying, Pagan and his back, fabulous after games in Arizona. How about that? Fabulous.
Well, Pagan on Twitter saying that he's really excited about how he's feeling. And he has to be getting itchy. And it's possible you might see the return of Pagan on this road trip, which is what we're all hoping for.
And to quote Henry Schulman, Pagan said his back felt fabulous after games in Arizona. How about that?
I'm in. We miss that guy.
And that pitch is in tight, and it's 1-2.
Pagan is 100% energy, and they need him.
Eric Campbell's on deck. Here's the 2-2 offering to Wright, and he chases a pitch in the dirt. Buster couldn't find it. Now he does, and Wright's retired. And that'll bring up Campbell. He didn't throw that. Was that the curveball?
I think it was.
So he doesn't really throw it a lot, and consequently, when you do save it, get yourself a strikeout and a pitch in the dirt.
Well, and he's got a good snapper. The break on it's very quick in this ball game today. Very much the way we saw that curveball in his outing 2 starts ago in Philadelphia. He did not, however, have it in his last outing in San Francisco.
Campbell swings at the first pitch and pops it out of play. Felt giving chase. The 0-1 is in tight. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing. Ain't gonna miss.
Now, that was 94-mile-an-hour fastball. That's the best velocity fastball he's had today, and he threw it right by a good fastball hitter. That definitely got Eric Campbell's attention.
And he is gone. I'm telling you, DJ Rayburn likes that. 5 strikeouts, 3-0 Giants.
Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by the Solar Company. Not just any solar company, the Solar Company. Switch to solar and save.
Giants with a 3-0 lead as Brandon Crawford's going to hit first. Crawford singled and scored in the third. Alone comes right back with the same pitch that Crawford got the base hit on.
We've been asked more about Brandon Crawford since we've come to New York than any other Giant player.
Well, they're asking the right two guys.
It's true.
Because we think he's pretty good. A little biased, yes. But still. Foul back. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
But, you know, I mean, the East Coast fans, I mean, they get a chance to watch 2 ball games at night. They'll watch their team at 7 o'clock, and when their game is over, then they flip it over to the West Coast feed, so they get a chance to watch the Western Division. And this guy stands out. I mean, a lot of his defensive plays are replayed as highlights during the shows at night.
That's a broadcaster's jinx right there.
Yeah, we're talking about him. Our bad.
Here's Bumgarner, who will be thrilled now because he doesn't have to bunt.
What you just said right there is true.
It is true. I'm not making that up.
He does not like the bunt.
He likes to do that. Is that back knee hits the dirt.
Just to try and leave earth.
And a base hit into center field.
He can hit.
Yes. Why people keep throwing him fastballs, I have no idea. All right, let's check out our Togo's big play the Togo's way last night. What did Hunter Pence do? He always does something that is exciting. Take a look at this catch as he closes in on that sidewall. Very nice.
That's one of the best I've ever seen.
And Jake Peavy goes, I like that guy playing behind me. And that was a foul ball, but in a perfect game, outs are outs. You mentioned that Keith Hernandez came by, and you're talking about Bumgarner with him and how he can hit. And you mentioned, well, he's got 2 grand slams, and I think Keith Hernandez thought you were kidding.
He did think I was kidding. He goes, yeah, right.
Here's Keith on the left.
Gary Cohen, his partner on the right. We got a great broadcast team here in New York. Really do a good job.
Yeah, he kind of went. You said it, and he kind of went, yeah, right. And you would no, seriously.
He said 2 grand slams. Only 16 more to go. He catches Willie McCovey.
That's right. Ball gets away. Bumgarner's going to take off. Did that hit the dirt?
No, that's got to be a pass ball. Set up in the outside or inside corner. This goes away, so he does cross him up, and that thing just bottoms out. That's a box job. And for Anthony Recker, the Mets catcher, that's an embarrassing play. That's 90 feet that should not have happened.
Tried it.
So now an opportunity for Hunter Pence. Not great speed at second base with Bumgarner, but still he's in scoring position.
And a bullet into left center field. And here comes Bumgarner. He's going to score. Pence to second. And he made it. And it's 4-0.
And Hunter Pence is starting to come out of it.
Yeah.
something does not feel right. It may have been he got a strawberry. I don't know. Swings wide around the tag, and in doing so, he may have put a raspberry on that, or a strawberry on the right side. Whatever, it hurt.
And the thing about Hunter Pence is he didn't like to come out of games. Here's Duffy. I mean, you're right. This could be a strawberry on the entire right side of his body.
Yeah.
Is he grabbing his finger?
Something's not right. But it's an opportunity now for Duffy to not get Pence.
Yep, he's still got a grimace going.
Yeah, he's taking inventory. I'm not sure what's aching him, whether it's the hand or the strawberry, or I don't know. Watches the action when his hand goes down, grabs the bag.
And his thumb came off really fast. Two and one to Duffy. Duffy on the ground to second. Flores will throw him out. Pence moves to third.
Tim Flannery asked him if he's okay, and Hunter Pence does not even want to talk about it. One more time, take a look at the right hand going down, and he may have jammed that thumb into the bag. Yep, it's the thumb.
Here's Buster Posey, 1 for 2. Buster takes low. Well, Bumgarner helps himself. Scores a run here in the 5th. Gets in the dugout. And plenty of time to sit down and catch his breath. Here's the 1-0. And Posey fouls this one off his fist. Well, I'll say this about Hunter Pence. He gets over it pretty quick.
The guy never, ever talks about any ailment that he has, ever. If you ask him about him, he'll just diffuse and go some other direction.
Yeah, he'll pick somebody else to talk to. But he is a difference maker when he's hot. There is no doubt about that. Right there to Buster Posey. It's 2-2.
Gotta stay with that movement. It'll come back into the strike zone.
Look out. Get out of my kitchen. It's 2-2.
So some activity in the Mets bullpen. A couple of right-handers. You got Buddy Carlisle and Carlos Torres starting to get heated up. Carlisle was on the left side of your screen.
Foul back. Nobody wears his pants in the major leagues like Hunter Pence does.
Yeah, it's just like he's a wide receiver in the NFL.
And I think he would like to try that. Posey with a base hit. And that's up the gap. And Buster Posey's digging. And Buster Posey's going to put on the brakes. And he's got an RBI double.
A 2-strike swing of the bat knock for Posey. So Terry Collins, the skipper of the Mets, just told Recker, the catcher, get out and talk to him. And I'm not sure they're going to let him pitch to Sandoval. Let's take a look at the 2-strike magic from Buster Posey. Looking for a mistake up, and that was a mistake. You do not normally see Colon make those types of mistakes up. And when he does, you got to take advantage of him, and Buster Posey just did. Nice at bat.
I'm going to give all the credit to our guys in the truck. I think they got it right with the thumb. There's a strike to Sandoval.
So Dave Gresham wanting to see him make a fist, how much strength he has. The trainer will move that around and he'll look at your reaction.
I don't think Hunter Penstick even likes Dave Gresham.
No, I don't think he does like doctors or trainers.
And a base hit up the middle. Will Posey score? Lagares has got it. His throw is on line. Posey is safe at the plate. And Sandoval's got an RBI single. And Lagares with a pretty good throw, and he gets an error on the throw. And that'll be it for Bartolo Colon.
Going right back up the middle. And let's take a look at the throw from Lagares. He's got a pretty good arm. And with Recker trying to make something out of nothing, he winds up costing the center fielder an error. He tries a swipe tag, doesn't get the ball. It should be an error on center fielder.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil change and auto service. Your oil change tune-up and brake experts. We'll be back. Runs here in the fifth.
New pitcher now for New York will be the right-hander Buddy Carlisle. 7th time that he has come in. It's off to a good start. Just 8 base runners in 9 innings, 11 strikeouts. Against those 3 walks, you're going to see a low 90s fastball. He will 2-4 seam the fastball. He's got a curveball, slider, and a changeup combination. Carlisle has been a starter. He's got 4 pitches he believes in, but for the most part, you're going to see sinkers and sliders.
So it'll be Belt. Belt homered in the 4th inning. And Belt skies one to right, and he just missed this one. It'll be Granderson to put it away to end the inning. Giants, a nice inning. They score 3 times on 4 hits, and they lead 6-0. Bottom of the 5th inning. Let's check out our solar company electrifying play of the week. Giants needed a win badly on Wednesday, and they got a lot of help from the Pirates. This was a walk to Stewart, and then the base runner at second, it was Travis Snyder who got caught sleeping. He gets tagged out, and then Sanchez gets tagged out, and that was a 1-6-1-5 double play after a walk, and the Giants needed all the help they could get, and that's snapped a 6-game losing streak. So here's Chris Young, and he takes a strike. Young lined out to Michael Morris in the 2nd inning. Lagares and then Flores, and this is skied out to Hunter Pence, who moves over, and Pence, who for a while looked like he didn't see it, but he does have the sunglasses on. It came out of the sun and he put it away. Not a great feeling. Been there. Lagares popped out to Belt in the 2nd. And a first pitch strike, and it's 0-1.
Nice velocity to that fastball today for Bumgarner. It's been right around 92, 94.
And a friendly sound to any pitcher.
Oh, yeah.
And it's 0-2.
Give me a 2-hour CD full of that.
I got a lot of hits making that sound.
Well, what are you talking about? You hit 270 after 10 years.
Yeah, no, but I got my share of those.
You could hit. How long would a bat order last you in the season, playing every day?
And I think that's going to be a strikeout, and it is. It's 6 strikeouts for Bumgarner.
Ben May.
You know what, Mike? I think I could go through a dozen a year.
that's unheard of. I mean, we've seen guys go through that in a homestand.
Well, Benito Santiago, yeah. And then at bat, maybe for Benito.
I mean, literally. That's no exaggeration. He could go through a dozen bats in a homestand.
But I think, Mike, there's also another way of looking at it. Back in the day, and you played for the Cubs. Look, I was with the Indians. Those days they were making a lot of money. The threat of not getting any more bats had a lot to do with it, too.
He's a better hitter.
Yeah, you're going to have to steal some from the other team. This is hit out into center field for Blanco. And that's going to be a nice inning for Bumgarner. Through 5. 6-0 Giants.
Speakeasy style club at AT&T Park. Members have access to the field pregame, the game room on the suite level with bowling and billiards, and the Gotham Clubhouse located inside the out-of-town scoreboard, which features one-of-a-kind views of the field in San Francisco Bay. Membership is limited and currently available only to season ticket members. Go to Gotham Club at sfgiants.com and check it out. It's very cool.
So, against Carlisle, it'll be Morris, Blanco, and Crawford. It's a great name, too, isn't it?
The Gotham Club?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if a lot of Giants fans know this, but before the Giants were called the Giants, they were called the Gothams. There's a great T-shirt shop in the Haight where you can get old baseball T-shirts that have all kinds of different names, a lot of minor league names, but they have the New York Gothams there. And if you are a Giants fan, which we know you are,
it is. I've been in that shop.
It's a great T-shirt to get.
A fun little street to walk down.
Oh yeah, very entertaining. But you need that shirt for your collection.
Morris has popped out and bounced out. Look out. That's enough on an 0-2 pitch to make you think about leaning at all.
Well, they sent the target away, but in the Giants dugout it got real quiet because this is right up around the face. Wow. I do not know how he got out of the way of this, to be honest.
Well, I'll give Carlisle credit. He didn't try to go with the slider away. He went right at him.
Wow.
And he threw him a hanger. It's 2-2. Somewhere Bob Gibson and Don Drysdale are going, what's up with that?
Yeah, the head high, though, that's. The guys don't mind getting brushed back. They don't like it, but they know it's part of it. But up around the head, different deal.
That's going to be in the seats, a souvenir.
Back in the late 80s when the Giants had Matt Williams and Robbie Thompson and Will Clark and Kevin Mitchell, they would take a round where they would try to go right back up the middle. I mean, late in a batting practice session. You might see that early on when a guy's getting loose, but for one reason, if somebody brushed them back or somebody drilled them, they were going to try and get you. That always scared me when I watched it.
Out of play. It's a pretty good battle right now.
Well, it's personal.
It became personal. Popped up. Granderson has a beat on it. 1 out.
Just watch the reaction of Carlisle after he throws the 0-2 pitch that almost gets Morse. Look at that. It leads you to believe that it did indeed slip. They were setting the target away. I didn't.
No. He's got no reason to be doing that anyway.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
Blanco is hit a fly ball to deep center, and then he struck out in the 4th. And Blanco drives one to right, and it's right at Granderson.
Yeah, he's hit the ball well tonight. He's got nothing for it.
So here's Crawford.
So Blanco with an 0 for 3 that feels good, if there's such a thing.
Yeah. Crawford single in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th. Doesn't seem that long ago we were broadcasting or even playing at Shea Stadium. This opened up in 09. And you know what? I don't have great memories. You do. You were 12-4 at Shea Stadium.
It was a great place to pitch.
Pitch is high. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
And I mean, it wasn't a bad ballpark. The problem with it was you had the jets flew over you all the time, and it just drove you crazy. One after another.
I mean, my memories are standing on the mound with Jim Barr and Frank Robinson.
Yeah, that was.
I remember that. Remember a couple of bad hops that made me look bad at second base. Those are my memories of Shea. I remember sitting in the parking lot when the lights went out. As Crawford pops this one up.
Well, you hit 316 at Shea. You liked it.
And I don't remember one hit. Crawford makes the final out. We will head to the bottom of the 6th inning.
is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers, offering business and personal insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. Visit us at hefins.com and by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Welcome back to Citi Field here in New York. Giants on top of the Mets 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Giants 6 runs, 8 hits, no error. The Mets no runs on just 1 hit. It's time for you to tweet your photo using hashtag CSNBAFanPhoto. Your full name, your hometown, and a chance to have it shown in an upcoming game broadcast. Brought to you by AT&T. This one, here's Edgar from San Mateo. His cat Boots loves listening to Crook and Kite. All right, well, nice going, Boots. We like you. So Edgar Lugo, thank you for sharing your picture with us of Boots.
So Bumgarner to face Anthony Recker. So I stepped up for a moment. So who is that, Boots?
Boots.
Wow.
Edgar Lugo has a cat named Boots.
Boots.
Likes watching ball.
Boots. Recker lined out to Crawford in the 3rd inning. Eric Young Jr. is on deck.
Played baseball against a guy named Boots. Boots Day.
That's a good name. I like Boots.
Yeah. Boots Day had one of the greatest days I've ever seen in organized baseball. He was playing right field for Evansville.
Blanco moving over towards right center field. Yeah.
Well, and both ends of the doubleheader, I think he had 5 hits, like 3 doubles, a home run, but he also had 2 saves.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Perez now in left field. Juan Perez, he'll take as much time on the field in this city as he can. Young takes wide. Young started and went 0 for 3 in the Mets win last night. He also made a nice catch down the left field line.
He really did. Took away extra bags from Pablo Sandoval.
Giants 6. Mets nothing.
One thing about playing in New York is you cannot be thin-skinned. They're wonderful fans to play in front of. But you're under a microscope playing in New York. Everything that you do is going to be written about. It's going to be analyzed 100 times over. But when you win in this city, it's quite special.
Yep. And Mr. Jeter has done that.
Well, there's the history of the Mets. Last went to the World Series in 2000. They beat the Giants to get to the World Series against the Yankees. That's 2 no respect fastballs right there. Wow. And he just blows Eric Young away.
Yeah, that was a bad memory. The Giants won. It was a best of 5, and they won the first game of the series. And then game 2 was the JT Snow home run. And they ended up losing that one and coming back and losing 2 in New York. That was a pretty good team the Giants had that year. Starting catcher on that team, Bobby Estalella.
Bobby Estalella. The bone crusher in that series was the game that Bobby Jones, the right-handed pitcher for the Mets, threw against the Giants. Best game he pitched in his career. And he shut him down.
He beat Mark Gardner.
2 of Fresno's finest going at each other. And Gardner threw well.
And Granderson fouls it back. It's 0-2.
Last time the Mets won the World Series, 1986. And that was a great team. 62 pitches on the day for Bumgarner. He's cruising.
Could have had it. It's 1-2.
Nice 0-2 pitch.
Yeah, part of that winning team was Gary Carter, the Hall of Famer.
Miss him.
And he gets him this time to end the inning. 8 strikeouts for Bumgarner. We'll head to the 7th. All Giants. Brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Bumgarner's been terrific. 65 pitches, Milwaukee strikeouts. Cologne, he got roughed up for 6 runs. Pence has got a double and a home run. And Buster Posey's got a couple of hits. So good afternoon so far for the Giants. You have to win today to win the series, and they're trying to do that. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Carlos Torres, the right-hander, coming in now for New York. Torres, the swingman. He'll spot start on occasion. Take a look at his numbers. 5-4, the 3.03 ERA. Good strikeout total, 68 and 65 in the third. If you're taking your at-bats off of Torres, you're going to see a fastball that's low to mid-90s. He will sink. He will cut. Got a curveball, slider, and a changeup. Basically the look that you would see if you were taking your at-bats off a starter.
And Bumgarner's not going to waste any time. And a souvenir. Bumgarner singled in the 5th. And that base hit was his 13th of the season. That's not bad, huh?
Yeah, I mean, with the RBI total, if you didn't get another hit the rest of the year, he's going to be right in the mix for the Silver Slugger Award for pitchers. The Silver Slugger Award is given to the position player that has the highest batting average in that position in the league, and they do acknowledge a pitcher. 3 home runs and 12 RBIs. That's a pretty good argument. But I'm sure he's not finished.
Bumgarner will take the walk.
So there's a little respect.
Absolutely. Here's Pence.
who's having a good day. And he had been in a little bit of a funk. And today he is saying, I'm coming out of it. But this is a significant at bat. Remember his last at bat when he slid to second base, he jammed his thumb. So we'll see if it has any effect in his swing here.
Well, Torres is having a hard time throwing strikes right now, and Recker's going to go out and have a word. Hit a laser out in the third inning.
A little bit of a hanger. We saw a lot of mistakes up from Colon today. Uncharacteristic. And to the Giants' credit, they took advantage of them. And that one by Pence was a loud home run.
Torres with a fastball on the outside corner. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike. And 1. Matt Duffy is on deck.
Carlos Torres, originally born in Santa Cruz, and first got to the big leagues in the White Sox organization. You might remember him when he was a member of the Colorado Rockies in 2012. Came over here to New York last year and has always been a swing guy. San Jose State.
And stays alive.
Carlos Torres to Aptos High School.
Bumgarner at first here in the 7th. Pence lifts it out to Granderson and right. Hunter Pence will be retired. 1 out. And here's Duffy. So you think that Bumgarner only have a snot rocket or 2 on the mound. Do it on the bases as well.
Oh yeah. It's like marking his territory.
Here's Duffy. And he takes high. That is a true farm boy right there.
That is a true farm boy. And what a joy to be around.
Oh my goodness. And a big curveball, and Matt Duffy checks it out. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
I was thinking, man, they do that up here at a 1-0 count. That's not legal. Good curveball.
1 and 2.
It's kind of dragging him through the garden here. Follows it up with a nice slider. So the price of education at the big league level is costly. You're learning the stuff of your opponents. You're seeing Carlos Torres for the first time. Torres got good stuff.
And Duffy pokes it foul. Friday night he got his first big league hit, and it knocked in a run.
Jonathan Neese threw it up, and with that swing of the bat, he had himself a big league batting average and an RBI. And the Duffy family went crazy, as they should.
So Duffy strikes out. Almost got that little guy down by the cameraman.
Well, I think they're asking, hey, that kid gets the bat. So, Giants fan.
See who grabbed it, right? His sister.
Well, that will be the last time that happens.
Buster Posey takes the strike.
All right. It almost hits this little guy. And he very calmly goes down and picks it up.
He handed it back to the usher. Or the security, or maybe the bat boy there. And he was being a nice kid. And the usher said, no, 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 that's his. Posey skies it out into right center field. This one is out of here. And the Giants with their third home run of the game. Have a day, Buster Posey, his third hit.
3 legs of the cycle. And this swing of the bat, perhaps the most impressive. And it really illustrates what this guy's swing is all about. We always talk about staying inside.
Fuck yeah, Pose.
And that's exactly what he did. He took a breaking ball that was up. There's the mistake. Boom. And backspins it right out the opposite gap and over the wall in right center.
I mean, we're talking 390 right center.
Just a long fly ball, but when you have backspin, you get carry. Impressive. Right into the Giants bullpen. Look out, Juan Gutierrez.
Sandoval bounces this one to second. Flores will make the play, and that'll end the inning. So the Giants had 2 more. Buster Posey hits his 13th and his bye-bye baby. It's now 8-0 Giants. McDonald's true stories of this date. In 1982, Giants scored 4 in the top of the 9th in Atlanta with the help of a 2-run home run by Tom O'Malley. Giants won 6-3, and the victory marked the beginning of a 10-game winning streak. And it was a streak where at that particular time the Braves in first place lost about 9 or 10 in a row, and that's how the Giants got back in it.
Tom O'Malley had a nice swing. It's a good Giant. So is Buster Posey. He got a nice swing.
Mr. Met is here.
So is Mrs. Met. She's got it going.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt that Mr. Ahmed overachieved in that department.
Yeah.
Sandoval's out of the game. Joaquin Arias is going to get some work. Well, fans follow every Giants game with MLB.com at bat on your favorite mobile phone or tablet. You get live look-ins, score, stats. You get all kinds of terrific stuff. Download on the App Store or visit sfgiants.com today.
Hey, the Gamer Babes are here.
Is this Affinity's team picture?
Well, you don't know. I mean, Affinities is here. They're bringing him in by the busloads all 3 games. Well, 4 games counting tomorrow.
Actually, those are Met fans. Those are the
There's Affinity.
Affinity group.
They are having a blast. That is a little bit of the Bay Area in Manhattan. Affinities.
Here's Tejada. He's 0 for 2. For Bumgarner, his 66th pitch. That's pretty good.
He's just cruising.
You see David Wright on deck, and then Eric Campbell. And it's 1-2.
It was great. We have a daily conversation with Keith Hernandez. Keith Hernandez is from the Bay Area. Really was a great player, former National League most valuable player, and he's a broadcaster here on the Mets television crew, their team. And we were talking about Madison Bumgarner. He says, how's he throwing? He's been really good. The last outing wasn't a very good one, but he had pitched in Philadelphia prior and had a great outing, but he had an hour rain delay during his outing, which he just didn't come back in his next start in San Francisco, and he didn't pitch well. It was a 4-inning outing. He says, you know, I hated facing good pitchers after they've had a crummy game.
Yeah, he's probably right.
That's how you feel. And Bumgarner has been absolutely fantastic today. The difference in his breaking ball today to what it was in San Francisco against the Pirates in his last start is it's a different guy. And it just simply is, you know, his arm is recovered. He's got his strength back.
Pence comes flying in, and he's going to make the catch. Well, we all have to remember that he was not yet 21 when he pitched in the World Series and pitched a fabulous game.
Yeah, that game against the Texas Rangers, I mean, remember the Rangers had, I don't think they'd lost more than a couple, 3 games all year to left-handers. They were death on lefties. And he shut them down. There's Affinity's group. And they are a raucous group. They say the bus ride coming in from Manhattan to Queens with the Affinity bunch is quite fun. Some said it's even as fun as the game.
And a base hit for Wright as he breaks his back.
Really, it didn't look like it was really on the inside part of the plate.
Maybe right off the trademark?
I think so. The ball was cut back into him, but the inside-out approach, we always talk about how similar his approach is to that of Buster Posey. But clearly, that ball got in on him.
On the ground to Crawford. Crawford to Duffy. Duffy, no throw. So they get the out at second.
Well, he did a smart thing. Matt Duffy. You don't have a good grip, don't throw it. And he just could not get a handle on the exchange. He pointed out something to me earlier this year. He said it's uncanny as to how consistent Brandon Crawford is to giving a second baseman a good feed.
Yeah.
And what is a good feed?
Usually want something right around chest high, right around where the letters are, and then you can turn it any way you want. The really tough throws are the ones where you have to turn your glove up, and those are the ones that can handcuff you. And Crawford's as good as anybody at giving guys good feeds. This is a foul back from Chris Young.
Look at the accuracy that Keith's talking about, right up above the belt. And you wanted it quick.
Right at the letters. Just give it to me quick. Don't aim it. Young strikes out to end the inning. Strikeout number 9 for Bumgarner. 8th inning coming up. And it'll be an early game back in the Bay Area. Pregame live is going to start at 8:30, and then we'll have the game for you right at the top of the hour at 9. And where can you see it? Well, you can see it right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area, where it will be Tim Hudson on the mound for the Giants. Here it's an 8-0 lead. Dylan G will be on the hill, by the way, for the Mets when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Dana Eveland on the hill now for the Mets. Here's what he's done in 18 games. Done a nice job. 0-1 with an ERA at 2.00, 19 base runners in 18 innings. Got low 90s fastball, slider, changeup to come at you.
And Belt takes a strike. Belt bounces this one to Flores at second base, and Belt's retired. He's 1 for 4. And if you just joined us, Belt in the 4th inning hit a home run right down the right field line. Here Campbell's now at third as Lucas Duda comes in to play first. Here's Perez hitting for the first time. And Perez gets hit right on the back foot.
Just a big, wide, sweeping slider that just kept boring in on the back leg of Juan Perez. Look out, Schinberger.
That is definitely a Schinberger. Ooh.
He hasn't rubbed it.
Here's Blanco. Blanco has hit the ball hard twice. He's got nothing to show for it. Add that to a strikeout, and it's 0 for 3. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
Prior to coming to New York to pitch for the Mets, Evelyn last pitched in the big leagues with Baltimore in 2012. Last year, he played in Hanwha, the Korean League.
Perez not being held on by Duda. And it's inside to Blanco.
See a lot of guys going to the Pacific Rim, played for Japan, Korea, Taiwan. Dan Runsler, who had been at Fresno this year, just had his contract purchased, and I think he's going to Japan.
Blanco skies another one to center field, but Lagares is backpedaling. You know, for Gregor Blanco, he's going to look at the box score and he's going to see 0 for 3. 3 balls hit well in the air, nothing.
Yeah, but you know what? He has to feel pretty good about his swing. Because the way he hit the ball today, I mean, nothing wrong with the way he hit the ball today. He scalded the ball.
Here's Crawford. Crawford this afternoon is 1 for 3. He singled in the 3rd, and he was on base when Hunter Pence hit his 14th home run of the season. Crawford fouls it out of play. $32,408 here today. We've had good crowds in this series. High to Crawford. Bumgarner's on deck. Off the end of the bat, it's a 1-2 count. And Crawford out swinging. And that'll end the inning. So Crawford, you can tell, very disappointed in that swing. 8-0 Giants.
Call Kipe Shot. Log on to sfgiants.com/Call Kipe Shot. Post your call to Instagram. #Call Kipe Shot. Comcast Sports Sense wants to honor the epic feat of Dwayne's only home run. You can call Kipe Shot. Record yourself calling the home run. Post it on Instagram and add the #Call Kipe Shot. The best entry gets 2 tickets to the August 29th game. Giants taking on the Brewers. A signed smoothie bobblehead and a chance to meet Dwayne Kuiper and yours truly. So warm up those vocal cords and enter right now. Call Kipe Shot.
Here's the center fielder, Lagares. And the pitch is a called strike. Lagares has popped out and he's struck out. Bumgarner's got 9 strikeouts. And this is hit right at Blanco, who barely has to move. Struck well, and that'll bring up Wilmer Flores.
Been that kind of a day when a ball has been hit hard by the Mets. It's found a glove. I mean, if you're going to throw a shutout in the big leagues, you're going to have a few of those. It's just the way it happens.
Here's a strike call to Flores. Anthony Recker's on deck. Tapped out in front of home plate. Bumgarner's going to slide and throw, and Belt should not hang on.
That would have been the play of the day. A swing and bunt. Bumgarner slides into it, and from his knees, I mean, that's got to get caught.
Yeah, that's got to be an error on Belt. That's what I'm writing down.
Yeah, I'm writing down E3. This is just a fun play for Bumgarner. You know he wants it to get caught because it would have completed the highlight. That's just a great play. We've seen him try this play 2 or 3 times this year. That time he pulls it off well, and in a rare moment, Brandon Belt, who's got good hands, cannot come up with it.
Yep.
E3.
Felt a little perplexed as to how that happened. Here's Recker. He's lined out and he's flied out. Lucas Duda's on deck. And this has popped up. It's going to be Arias in foul territory, and he makes the catch. So here's Duda.
Lucas Duda has All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix as his walk-up song. Now that's hit music.
Indeed it is. Giants are going to employ the overshift on Duda, who's got 20 home runs on the season, and this is hit out into straightaway center field, and Blanco will put it away, and that'll end the inning. So we will head to the ninth. It remains 8-0 Giants.
Time now for our Honda Player of the Game, and we think through 8 innings, Madison Bumgarner is that Honda Player of the Game. He has been fantastic. And for Bumgarner, he has 9 strikeouts in this performance. Just 1 walk, the first hitter he faced in the game, and just a couple of Met hits, and that has been his afternoon. He is our Honda Player of the Game.
And he gets to hit here in the 9th. He's been on base 3 times, or make that 2 times. He has a sacrifice bunt as well. He scored 2 runs today. 2 of the Giants' 8. And that hits the inside corner, and Bumgarner turns back to B.J. Rayburn.
Well, he thinks like a hitter.
And now they're even.
But for most pitchers, they don't normally argue about corner calls, figuring that I want that one too. But not Bumgarner. He thinks like a hitter.
And he got him. Second strikeout for Evelyn. And here's Hunter Pence. Pence is 2 for 4. He's got a home run. He's got a double. He's got 3 runs batted in. He's now has 48 on the season. And a strike to even the count.
Giants haven't had a game like this, I can't remember.
Ever? No, that's not true. It seems like that.
It just seems like it's been a long time since Bruce Bochy could relax with an 8-run lead. Not that you could ever relax at the big league level, but
well, we had a chance to visit with the skipper last night after the game, right outside the hotel. And he was wearing it. He was wearing the tough loss for the Giants and for Jake Peavy. If you don't think managers don't second guess themselves, you got another guess coming.
I don't know how much sleep he got last night. And that's how torn he was.
Pence hits one high, hits it deep. It is out of here, right into Infinities. Pence's second of the game.
And if you have any concern about his thumb being injured, don't worry about it. It's good. Let's take a look. Held high, middle end, and home run number 15 goes right out into left center, and it got there quick.
So here's Duffy. Duffy takes wide.
We know in watching Hunter Pence, he can get cold, he can get hot. And the Mets fans messing with this girl. Came in with the Infinities bunch. Psyched. Nobody leaves early in that section, I want to know.
Breaking ball to Duffy. And it's now 1-2. With Buster Posey on deck. Referee wanted to go, but held up. It's 2-2. He's looking for his second big league hit. Breaks his bat. He's got a little pop-up that Flores is going to track down. 2 outs.
And there's the group from Finnerty's. Wave the California flag. Wearing the Giants colors. And they'll be out again in force tomorrow. It's really become a very cool tradition.
Well, Buster Posey needs a triple for the cycle. What do you think?
Why not?
He's got to hit one right out into left or right center field. More left center because Lagares is shading him into right center.
Hey, if Benji Molina could do it, Buster Posey could do it.
Absolutely.
Molina needed a triple in his last at bat to get the cycle, and he got it, which is a miracle because he's one of the slowest guys we ever saw. One of the nicest guys we ever saw, but definitely one of the slowest.
Really good Giant, I might add.
Yep. 10th career game with 2 home runs in the same game. Last time he did it last September when he put on a home run clinic, and he did it against the Dodgers.
A high breaking ball, and it's a strike. It's 1-2. Posey stays alive as he assisted off the mask of Anthony Rector.
And Buster can relate to this.
Yeah,
ball off the mask.
The mask did its job.
Yeah, it's supposed to disappear.
And a base hit for Buster Posey, and that's his 4th. And some fan below us yelling to go for 3.
Well, I can't say I didn't think about it.
Who's this guy here?
Yep, he's a Barry Bonds fan.
It's not an argument you're going to win, young man. So Evelyn's going to depart when it's time for a change. Things speedy. Oil change and auto service. Your oil change tune-up and brake experts. We'll be back. of the game with the fellas on KNBR 680, the sports leader. It is a 9-0 lead for the Giants.
New pitcher now for New York will be Josh Edgen. Take a look at the numbers. 31st time that he's come in, having a good season. 14 strikeouts and 17 1/3. Right-handers hitting $167. Lefties hit 209, which is a bit unusual. And you're going to see low to mid-90s fastball, big curveball, slider, changeup.
Arias gets in at bat, and he'll take a pitch down low.
Edgen, 6'1", 250-pounder. He's 27 years old, his second year at the big league level.
Arias gets jammed. Tejada. And that'll end the inning. Bottom of the 9th coming up. All Giants this afternoon here at Citi Field. On Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. You'll get reaction to this game. You get highlights from games around the league. And hey, the training camp's going on. Lots of stuff going on. And you'll get a chance to see what's going on in the 49ers training camp. Here in the Big Apple, it's 9-0 Giants.
And Madison Bumgarner 3 outs away from his second complete game shutout. His first shutout was June 28th of 2012 against the Reds. Giants won that ball game 5-0. Here's his line: 8 runs, or 8 innings, 2 hits allowed, no runs, a walk, and 9 strikeouts. The first guy at the ball game, he walked. That was Curtis Granderson.
Andrew Susac is doing the catching. This is foul back, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. There's Andrew Susac. Nice piece in the Sunday Chronicle today about Andrew Susac. Ray's a Giants fan. Here's a high fly ball to right. Travis Ishikawa is now at first. Bumgarner's looking around. He's going, hey, I'm trying to pitch a shutout here. What happened to my guys?
Well, it's all of a sudden become a maintenance game for Bruce Bochy.
And he would never say that or think that. Here's Tejada. And Tejada pops this one up, and it's going to be Ishikawa. 2 outs.
Sarcevich.
So here's d'Arnaud.
You're talking about that piece that Al Sarcevich wrote?
That's the piece.
Oh, he's the editor. When he writes a piece about you, you got to be important.
Well, he had never wrote a piece about us, so.
I rest my case.
Here's d'Arnaud, who takes high. Well, he nailed it with Andrew Susac. A great picture of him as a little guy with a Giants cap on. Well, now he's got more than just a cap on. He's got the full uni. Foul back. d'Arnaud is behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. And a foul back. So it's 1-2. 92 pitches for Bumgarner.
Well, that's what's most impressive about this outing. I mean, he just hasn't had to throw many stress pitches. Every time you complete a ball game under 100 pitches, I mean, you're doing something. This doesn't happen very often.
Out of play. Bumgarner might like to strike out.
Nothing better than to get a complete game and finish her off with a strikeout. And he needs 1 more for 10.
Give him 10. And 10 it is. And that's the ball game. So Ben May says 10 sounds better than 9. And the Giants behind 4 home runs today and a terrific performance from Madison Bumgarner. They get the shutout. How about that?
Well, second career shutout for Madison Bumgarner, and he absolutely could not have been better. And that's what big league pitchers do. When they have a bad game like he had his last outing in San Francisco, he comes right back and he stops a loss, and he could not have looked any better than he did today.
Plus, he scored a couple of runs. So, Giants win today. Here's your final. Giants 9, Mets nothing. Stay tuned. Esurance, Giants postgame live. That's going to start right now.